Ava sisters back. They've taken time out from Two Oceans. They've saved themselves for Comrades, and I think that means they want to make up for last year when they came in behind Ellie. We've also got Caroline Wattsman, who was first South African last year. She just stamped her authority on Two Oceans and has impressed everybody. So we'll be waiting to see what she can turn up. And there's about 10 other ladies who could just come in and pick up the pieces.
You, when you were running, won ultramarathon Grand Slam of races, Corky and JSC and Two Oceans and Comrades. Some people say that it's very difficult to win Comrades and Two Oceans in the same year. Just how difficult would it be if that is Caroline's desire and for that to be realised?
Well, I don't think she ran Two Oceans with the intention of winning. She just had an absolutely fantastic day. She started off very slowly and she ran through and just got faster and faster, and she's got a very good coach. So I think, she's an intelligent athlete. She runs with her head. So I don't think it will impact her as much as it could have. And also they've had quite a long break this year between Two Oceans and Comrades.
And that is a truly special moment. It is goosebump stuff as everybody sings Nkosi Sikelele I Africa, God bless Africa, and many saying God bless my run today and may my feet hold me strong for the entire 87.72 kilometers. Here's the Shosholoza, and this is sung with a different kind of vigor than the national anthem, but all of it is with so much passion. And that is what we see with these Comrades runners, because they exude the courage and the bravery that we hope to emulate in our lives. And that's what this race is about. It's about showing those parts of ourselves. And I think that's why the Comrades Marathon is so special. That's why we're seeing it run for the 90th time. There we go. We have the twins, Elena and Olesia Nurgalieva. Elena going for a 9th win this year.
Correct. And she is the current record holder for the up run. They're not going to break it this year. I'm quite sure about that. But the competitiveness in the women's field is really, really exciting. We've usually always just sat back until last year and thought, no, it's going to be the Gallieva sisters. This year it's different, but how exciting and fantastic does that atmosphere look?
We've sung the national anthem. Chariots of Fire would have been playing for the last 15 minutes. Now we have South Africans, close to 2,000 international athletes, everybody joining in the song of Shosholoza, a song that comes from the mines and was to mark the end of a very hard day's work, but these athletes are in for a very hard day's work today.
Yes.
Here's Chariots of Fire once again. And I mean, Helen, when you were running and you were defending your title like Eleanor Greenwood, or when you were going for a win, I mean, how were you feeling at this point?
It's a combination of excitement, a little bit of anxiety, but really just that excitement. You're there, you just actually want to get going, and you're tied up with all the singing and the movement, but in your mind you're just thinking, oh, how much longer, and can I get away? A few things racing through your mind, but you really now just want to start.
This year's race, the official distance is 87.72 kilometers. They had to have a deviation due to some of the roadworks that are taking place here in KZN. But as we chatted to the race director, Rowan James, yesterday, it is something that's normal. Often the Comrades Marathon has never always been exactly the same distance because it is not an IAAF registered type of race like a 100-meter sprint or a standard marathon, which has to be 42.2 kilometers in order for it to have that IAAF standard. But that's perhaps why we haven't been hearing too many people speak about going for the record.
And also, Comrades is not a run that you're really going for the record. It's the prestige. You know, nowadays you can win some nice money, but if you ask any of these overseas athletes, they come out here because it's just the race to win. And you don't really set yourself a hard time to run it. You have your goals, but they will be just wanting to win.
Because, as you say, that title holds so much prestige.
It does. And Comrades, it is a long way, and the pace is quick for a longer event, and things can happen. So you've got to have a race plan, but you've also got to have a little bit of flexibility, and don't lose sight that to finish and to win, if that is your goal, as opposed to time. Time comes.
It's the final countdown now to the start of the 90th running of the Comrades Marathon. Let's join our commentators.
Arguably, the single greatest moment in South African sport each year is about to happen. The start of the Comrades Marathon. The country is glued to its television sets. 16,000 people down there. Thousands more on the road as volunteers. Hundreds of thousands more as spectators. And millions of you at home watching this lot. Arguably, the greatest moment in South African sport every year is about to happen.
Hontse fela jalo Ian ke go leboga mo mosong wa letsatsi la gompieno me re le ka kwano me Pietermaritzburg mo mosong ono solofetse gore leeto le marathon wa rona Comrades ka simolla motsotsona mongwe le mongwe go tsoga jano me re solofetse gore batabogiba ba tle go rra go jalo go tswa kwa Durban me ba ragogisiwa jalo ke ratoropo wa eThekwini re James Ngumalo ke no tla dirang gore lebelo leno le simolle ka gangwe fela me re solofetse jalo khaisano e gagametseng go tswa mo bataboging bano ba ba dikete tse 22 makgola mararo masome a supa memba ba tla tabogang jalo gore re tle re bone gore bofenyi tla nna mang jalo monongwaga me we still just waiting just for the mayor to start for the race.
And that's the cockcrow, Max Trimborn's iconic voice. The late, great Max Trimborn, and now it's all going to happen. The mayor, there goes the gun. And at last, finally, all their training, all the waiting, they're off. And the folks at the back are itching to go. The guys at the front are already up at 3 minutes a kilometre. This is a fantastic moment. There are just so many people involved in this event. This year, be part of it is the theme. We're all part of it. They're all part of it. We're having an absolutely great time.
Fela mo sekondong tse soma mabedi le botlhano lebelo le sa tswa go rago ga jalo kwa Thekwini me ba le baka kwano mo no Pietermaritzburg mo mosong wa letsatsi la gompieno me fela ka go tlhalisetsa fela ka boripana gore seno se di simologile jalo ka 1921 mo kgweding yone ya motshegano me tlhola malatsi a le soma mabedi le bone me monong wa ga jana go boetse jalo mo lebelong leo fa isale ka ngwaga wa 1994 lebelo leno le simolla jalo le tabogiwa ka kgwedi ya motshegano May the 31st fela monong wa ga ba boetse jalo kwa pakeng ya 2015 na May 31 monong wa ga jana lebelo leo le simolla jalo kwa Durban re tla bona ba gaisane ba ba leng teng gore ba tla tsamaya ka mokgontseng jang fela gone jaanong ke na le Ian Laxton yo tla tanga go tlhalosetsa gore go tsamaya ka mokgontseng jang. Ian.
Well, in the front row we saw the defending champions, both the men and the women. Eleanor Greenwood, she had a chat with Minnie, and also Bongmusa Matemba. This year running in a new club colours. He's running for Faku Chiefs. That's a brand new club on the horizon. But really this race, we'll be talking about the leaders and the gold medalists all day. But these are the guys and girls that are out there for silver medals, for Boro medals, and even the guys at the back going for the finishers medal, the Big Clapper medal. And already 1 minute 37. It's going to be interesting to see how long it takes for them to cross the start line. In Durban, the road is wider and the guys get going a little bit quicker than on the down run. The conditions, let's say, at this stage are fine. It's nice and cold at the finish, which is good news because You start off colder, you're likely to end up a little bit cooler. 2 years ago, the conditions were absolutely awful and really, really hot. And of course, Peter, those signs, the Legogod villages, they're giant sign every year. But look, everybody's doing it for something.
Okay, they're greeting us, Ian. I think we should wave back to them as well if they can see us. But mega mokgo le ka teng re lebeletse jalo ba simolla go taboga me ba simolla jalo ka iketlo ka ntla gore gona le ba ba sedilweng ba tabogi ba kemo kwa godimo ga mogo le botle ba tlileng go tabogang ke bone ba re lebeletseng gore ba tla tsamaya lebelo le ka mokgontseng jang fela re lebeletse gore le tla tsamaya jalo di ura di le 12 me ga go legela Comrades ya monongwaga wa some a robongwe 90th Comrades Marathon me ebile jalo go para se khatso Africa borwa dingwaga di le 13 e ntse ga sa metshameko ya go nna jalo ano